To let you know in advance, I have a carpenter coming around 10.
All right,
So, depending on what he
okay,
needs to do, I may need to peel off at
that's
that
fine, and we
point.
might be done by then anyway. We don't have a long agenda,
I'm
so, but,
thinking we probably will.
um, fine. All right, I'm gonna call the meeting to order. It is 9:04 on my computer. This is the May 19th Architectural Licensing Board meeting. And so the first item on the agenda is reviewing the minutes from the March 17th meeting. Does anybody have any comments? If not, can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve. This is Twig.
I have to
Second.
abstain because I wasn't in there.
Well, I have to abstain on voting, but I think I can motion it, yes? Or just 2 abstentions, not move it forward, not approve the minutes.
Okay, so somebody's gonna have to help me then, because if two of you are abstaining, then there's only two of us. I'm not sure that we can only have two of us voting on it. So why don't we hold off on the minutes until hopefully Angela's gonna get on?
Angela's
I'm
on
here.
and
Can you hear
Julie
me?
Jack just got on.
Oh, okay,
Hi,
cool.
sorry,
hear
I'm
me?
here.
Okay, I
We-
can't, yeah, I haven't figured out how to see anybody, so I can't see you, so I didn't know that. So anyway, all right. All right, let's start all over. Minutes of the March 17th, 2023 meeting. Can I get a motion, please?
Hi,
All right,
it's
fine.
Angela. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
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 Oh, okay. I've been trying to ask because I couldn't get in on my computer. I don't know this Teams thing is horrible. So I just want to express again the comment about the meeting number. We've said that like 2 or 3 times now, the meeting number for the, at the beginning there. We could get that going
Right,
for
so,
this,
yeah,
these
Maggie's
minutes
gonna have to do
and
some
going
research
forward.
to try to get that, but Maggie, why don't you touch base with me after the meeting or during the week, and I'll help figure out what the number should be.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. And then do the numbers, I didn't check with the previous meeting, but I just want to make sure the agenda item numbers are lining up with what was previously there, or we're starting fresh or whatever. These
Yeah,
are
no,
all
I'm pretty sure
formatting
that they do.
comments.
Mhm. The formatting
Okay.
is basically the same. We're getting, again, Maggie's still getting up to speed in defense of her, so, we're working on getting it set up.
So let me
But I
ask
think
you a
the
think
question.
pretty much match.
I have a question regarding meeting minutes. From when are you starting in terms of the numbers?
Whenever history started. There's a number system that was there when Bob was there. We just have to go backwards and find out what the
Okay,
numbers were.
okay. All
Yeah,
right,
the
great,
last
thanks.
time we had, a meeting number was maybe a year ago. So it's just looking back at whichever the last minutes were that Bob did and then continuing the numbers.
Okay, great, thanks.
So those are my only comments for just formatting stuff. So with that, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second. I guess I can second, so I'll second it. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Again, I'm abstaining because I wasn't there.
Abstaining, wasn't there.
Julia? Julia?
You're on
Aye.
mute.
Sorry.
Okay, so those minutes are approved. Comments or concerns of any person today? All right. I don't know, you can't see the agenda now, right?
We
Yes.
can
I
see
You
the
can still see
agenda.
it? Oh, cool. All
Yes.
right, well, I can't see it, but that's okay. I can see you guys. That's more
Oh.
important. I don't use Teams, so I gotta get familiar with it, so. Anybody, Gina, I think you're one of the few on, so does anybody have any comments?
I have none.
Okay. So then, investigations division complaint status report. You guys all have that. I'm not even going to try to share it. All right. Well, I guess I can. Hold on. Okay, here it is. So we do have one of them from 2018 that's closed, but we still have some. We still have some open ones. I actually had a meeting with the commissioner of Department of Consumer Protection, the new commissioner, who reached out to all the state board chairs and had conversations with everybody. And when I did meet with him, one of the things I mentioned to him was the fact that we have all of these complaints that are lagging from 3, 4, 5 years ago. He hasn't gotten back to me since I met with him, but he did tell me that he was going to look into it, and didn't understand why we would have stuff that would be lagging that long. So I don't see anybody on. Is there? Oh, Janita's on. Janita?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. How are you?
I'm tremendous. How about yourself?
Not too bad.
Good. So, I mean, so we still have, do we know, and if you can't tell me this, fine, but do we know, are any of these ones from 2018, the hearings that we're going to be having?
Mr. Chairman, I can honestly say I do not. Once we send a file up to the legal division, we aren't, myself and the investigator are not involved with it, or neither is Director Brown, until the legal department contacts us for if they're a licensed person, for a compliance meeting, in which case, if the investigator still works for DCP, they will be there at the compliance meeting with the attorney, or if the investigator or the inspector are gone, I, as the supervisor, now become the investigator and I'm at the compliance meeting. And then if nothing happens at that compliance meeting where it's not satisfactorily resolved, then what ends up happening is the legal division determines a hearing needs to go forward, and then it goes through the hearing process. And again, myself and the investigator, the inspector, aren't involved until we receive notice from the attorney handling the file that we need to review the case. These are the questions we're going to be asked based on the evidence. And then when the hearing happens, it's when it's set into your schedule. And then we appear in front of you with the for the hearing.
Okay.
So
So I get all that, I do, but I mean, the list just keeps getting longer, right? There's 13 open items on there now, and several of them are from 2018. And I
Right.
know that the whole state's in transition right now, but we asked if Leslie could be at this meeting. And I don't know if Jennifer or Maggie, if one of you two could see whatever you can do to try to get us at our next meeting, which will actually be in person, because we just need to get some answers on why some of these things are taking so long and how can we get this done faster. You know,
Mhm.
I don't know, it just seems like it keeps dragging and it's getting worse, not better.
Mr. Chairman, the last 4 files are actually brand
No.
new. They're from 2023.
I understand that, but
Oh,
all that's
okay.
saying is that the list is getting longer. I'm not saying
Oh,
they're all
okay.
from 5 years ago, but if we can't get
I
the ones from
understand.
5 years ago resolved, the ones from 2023 aren't going to get resolved right now, probably either. So we need to, for somebody to file a complaint and wait 4 or 5 years to get an answer on it is a little bit crazy, really. I mean, and I understand, believe me, I've heard it from 100 different people about how understaffed the state is, how many vacancies there are, et cetera. I appreciate all that. I do. I'm just trying to move this forward. So,
No, sir, I completely understand.
and don't take, I'm not blaming you. Don't take this wrong. So,
No, no, oh, no, I'm not, I don't feel like that or anything. I always try to answer the board chairperson, the board members at every board and commission that I report to. If you have questions and I can answer it, I will. If I don't have the answer, I will tell you I don't, and I will try to point you in the right direction. The one other thing too, that kind of threw a glitch in this for almost a year and a half was, and it's the COVID, because the state and the feds were shut down, and then there weren't any board meetings or hearings held for quite a while the state was trying to figure out how to do Teams, how to set this up, how do we get a hearing on a Teams or a Zoom type of thing too. So that did play a little bit in factor into that.
okay. All right.
Can I just ask a question? I know that we
First.
had a hearing scheduled that was canceled. I just want to make certain that I'm up to date. We don't have anything scheduled as of right now, correct?
Wrong.
That,
Brooke,
Yeah,
I
we do.
don't know.
I thought
Um,
we, I
yeah,
thought
it's
we do. I have
July.
to look at, yeah,
It wasn't canceled, it was moved. Wasn't it?
okay,
Yeah, it's way out. It's way out in like July or something.
let me see if I can find it. All right, keep going. I'll look for it.
you sure? I'm looking for it really quick, but um, it's July 19th.
Okay, I do have it actually. All right, I just missed it in my
There you go.
search.
That's fine.
Thanks.
That's 'cause it is a ways off, so. but
Yeah,
so it's
no, I
July
know, but
19th.
I know that it's been changing and I wanted to make sure I was up to date.
Appreciate that. And it is virtual, so. Okay,
Yeah.
unless anybody has anything else on that, we'll move on. I don't have anything under old business, a couple new things. And then under new business, following candidates have passed the ARE and are recommended by the Department for Licensure as architects in the state of Connecticut. There's a total of 8 people there. So Maggie, I'm assuming that you've vetted this and that these meet all our requirements, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So can I get a motion to approve these 8 candidates? And I know at least one of them is on the call.
I
Motion to-
move to
I'll move,
approve.
it's Angela.
I second Loran.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great.
Aye.
So congratulations to all of you. And I'm probably going to mispronounce your name.
Can you put them
Ma-
up, back up on screen?
so-
Sorry, Phil. Just so we can see.
See the names?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm not sharing now?
you are, but there's still the,
Oh,
The
okay,
cases.
fine. I got to get to it. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Yeah, so these are the, well,
Nice.
so, yeah, those are the 8 names. So this person, number 6, Mahmoud Aldli, is on the call. And would you like to say anything? And we want to congratulate you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I worked so hard for it. I've been waiting so long. Been 5 years to get to that point, and that's why I
Ex-
kind of insisted on being in that meeting. So
Yeah,
thank you very
Excellent. Well,
much.
we're happy to have you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Great
Really
work.
appreciate it.
Congrats.
Have a great day. Thank you.
You too.
Thank you.
I don't see anybody else on, so we'll move on. Applications for licensing by waiver of exam. I'm not going to read these. There's 51 candidates there. This is really just informational. Same thing on applications for corporate practice of architecture. Is also just informational. Again, here's all the names. So then the next thing to talk about is Tampa. I believe 4 of us are going to Tampa unless anybody's backed out on me. But Loran, I think you're the only one who's not going. We'll miss you, of
Correct.
course. We'll have 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 drinks for you. All right. So but
No,
I
I'm,
believe everybody else is-
going to be attending virtually.
Oh, excellent. That's
Nice.
tremendous. So everybody should have gotten, there's 5 resolutions that are going to be presented, and being that 4 of us are there and we could always converse with Loran, we could always finalize our decisions on all of them, but maybe we can just walk through them quickly and just see if anybody has any comments on them. So here they are. So we'll go through them in a little more detail, but the 5 resolutions are here. The first one has to do with responsible control. So let's say, so this is actually a modification of a resolution that was passed last year, and Mississippi Board never really liked it, and Mississippi Board is trying to make a change to it that, let's see where it is here. Okay. Mississippi Board is trying to make a change to it that I think is essentially just brings it a little bit more in line with their own regulations. The board, our national NCAR board is opposed to this unanimously, and everybody needs to understand this is just model law, so they don't have to adopt it the way it is. They can adopt it any way they want, but they're basically just adding this footnote at the bottom of it here, which you can read through. To me, I don't see any reason to do this. I think that the model law is fine the way it was approved last year. I was actually on that task force. But if anybody has any comments or wants to talk about it, we can. And then at some point, we just need to resolve if we're all in favor or opposed to it, because we obviously vote as a state. So any comments?
I'm not an expert, but I don't see any reason to include this.
Okay,
So I would be opposed.
fine. And again, we can finalize our position when we're at the meeting. The second resolution is just a sunset of education policy resolution, which I think is more of a housekeeping thing than anything. So let's see, and here's the statement of support for it. I mean, we can, if anybody has any comments, we can talk about it, but I think this is a pretty simple resolution. I think, except for the last one, most of them are. Again, this is just a sunset of some resolutions that are in conflict with the policies of current policies. The ethics resolution is, I was actually on that committee too. The ethics resolution really is just clarification and just kind of adding some language in there, most specifically regarding to AXP supervisors, and it's everything it says in the resolution is things that we should all be doing anyway. Basically, it says things like, don't accept payment, make sure you're doing everything properly, don't misguide the candidates, et cetera. These three sentences is all that they're adding into this. And then the last resolution, I'm sure everybody's relatively familiar with, is the governance resolution. And that resolution has now been rewritten. So we stay as Region 1. None of the regions are changing. I don't know if anybody's actually read through that yet or not, but basically they pulled all the controversial stuff out of it, right? So it is changing how the national board is set up, but it's not changing any of the regions. We all stay the way we are. So I'll still have our directors, et cetera. So I think it worked out. In my mind, I have no problem with the way it's presented, but I don't know if there's anybody who wants to talk about it. All right.
So it's Angela, I'm happy with this one. I think some more detail on how the at-large two positions get nominated is I didn't read that level of detail, so just kind of curious how that's all going to work and whether we vote as a state for that or as a region, or how the nominating committee's involved with that. So just curious on that point, that's all.
Yeah, so Angela, I didn't read it in that much detail either, but number one, I believe there is no nominating committee anymore. Number two, my understanding is that the at-large directors basically run nationally, so the whole country votes on them. And so just like you could run for secretary or treasurer or vice president or whatever, you would run for an at-large director. So anybody can run for those positions. You don't have to, you no longer have to be going from your region to there. You just go nationally, you put your hat in the ring nationally, and it's the same process as if you were running for, say, secretary of the board. So they've gotten rid of the nominating committee completely in this resolution. So, any other comments? Okay. So then the next thing on the agenda was waiver applications. I don't know if we have any. Maggie, we don't have any, do we?
I don't believe so, no.
Right, so there was, and one of the reasons I had asked her to put that on the agenda was there was a couple of people that had contacted me through AIA, and but they were, the two that I remember were both people that had gotten licensed in the interim, and so they were only licensed for 4 or 5 or 6 months. And it's my understanding, and Jason Cohen actually responded to both of them and told them that you don't need to do the CEUs for your first renewal. You'll need to do it after you get to the second one. So I think actually one or two of them actually filled out the waiver form, and then once it got to Jason's office, it just got, it got taken care of there, so. Unless anybody has anything else.
Phil,
I just
Can I
noticed
ask-
on the, sorry, I just noticed on the agenda that says State Street for the location of the future meetings.
Oh, yeah. Right, I thought we changed that last time. You're right. Thank you. So,
Phil, can I ask, it's Dina, can I publicize that then, that anyone who has
Yes.
recently been licensed is not required? Can they send me some sort of, is there verbiage that I can use so I don't say something inconsistent with
you
what
know
the
what,
state?
I'll see what Jason sent to me and I'll get you the information.
Thank you.
So Jennifer, either Jennifer or Maggie, whichever one of you guys is responsible to change this, on the bottom of the agenda, what Angela was saying is it refers to 450 State Street. It's been doing that for some reason the last couple agendas. So can we change that to the correct address at Columbus Boulevard?
Yes.
Especially being that our next meeting's in person, we wouldn't want people to go the wrong place. So, so the next meeting, so 3 of us got our security badges when we were there last time, but so Luann and Julie, Luann and Twig, you guys will have to go to, Jennifer will probably be as kind as she was to us, right, Jennifer, and meet you at the
Yes.
door and bring
Yes,
you to
absolutely.
security, and you can get your badges. For the rest of us, I know Angela has her own methods, but for the rest of us, if you if you send me the day before or send to Jennifer, but I thought if you send me your ID numbers on your badges, I'll give them all to Jennifer as one package and she'll make sure they're all reactivated for that meeting, because we tried to get them reactivated for months and they just refused to do it.
Okay.
So we can't, so literally every time we go, if we haven't been there for 2 months, then we're gonna have to get it activated for our meeting. So
Is it 2 months or 3 months?
it's 1 month.
Oh,
Literally
Really?
1 month.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
It used to
expires
be
in-
that as long as you went to every meeting, you were okay. If you skipped a
I
meeting,
know,
it got
but I'm just
deactivated.
telling you what they told me. Yeah. Angela?
Once I get a list just once, then I'll have them and you won't have to worry about sending it to me again. I'll just
Mhm.
keep them in an Excel document. So just this one time.
okay.
Angela?
yeah, it's kind of backwards, like the day-to-day employees badges time out after 3 months, and then these board positions time out after 1 month.
And that's
So
crazy.
it's totally backwards. I think we need to ask security, for all, not just our board, but the other boards. Like they really need to give us a 6-month, allowance of coming in and out. So what I've been doing is just going in anyway. I have other people that I can meet with. So mine won't time out. I go in once a month.
Yeah.
But it's also
Yeah.
good if you send the badge number ahead, then it can be activated. It's just, I don't know why they won't do that. There should be, I don't know who's
when
head of that division
Jennifer
that
and
can
I,
change
yeah.
that.
Jennifer and I tried to do it, but I mean, of course, we probably have to speak to somebody a little bit higher up than the person that was giving us the badges, but so anyway, it's look, worse things have happened. So, all right,
So
seeing
I'd
nothing
like-
else.
Yeah,
Good.
one more thing.
Mhm.
One more thing is
Go ahead.
for Gina and the new licensee, and for the record, I want to encourage new licensees to come to the meetings. Spread the word that these meetings are not so exciting, but they do involve your profession and licensing, and the more input we get from you, especially the new licensees having to navigate what we are regulating, the better it'll be for the profession itself. So please spread the word, come to the meetings. I know when I first got licensed in 2020, I came to this meeting and that is my favorite picture ever with all the board members. It was one of the best days of my life. And so I encourage you to come and get involved and let your voice be heard, because, people are regulating your industry and we want to hear from you. So I just want to spread the word and leave that on the record as well.
Great.
Absolutely. Thank you, Julia. So, all right, seeing nothing else, meeting's adjourned.
Right. Have a good
All right.
day, everybody.
Thank
You too.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, see you all in Florida.
See you in Tampa.